Hello students, I am Mrs. N.P. Karpagam of English Department. Students, I welcome you all for this new journey of life and my best wishes for your bright future. Now we are going to see the first unit, Prose, the portrait of a lady, and this lesson is written by Khushwant Singh. Here the meaning, the portrait means it's a photograph. And now we can see about the author. Khushwant Singh is an Indian novelist and lawyer. So this author is an Indian novelist. He has written novels as an Indian and also is a lawyer. He studied at St. Stephen's College, Delhi and King's College, London. So this author, he studied in two colleges. One is at St. Stephen's College in Delhi and King's College in London. He joined the Indian Foreign Service in 1947. So this author joined the Indian Foreign Service in the year 1947. As a writer, he is best known for his keen secularism, sarcasm and love for poetry. That means as a writer is very well known for his keen secularism. That means about the religious. And also sarcasm means that mocking. And also he had a love for poetry. He served as the editor of several literary and news magazines as well as two newspapers. So this author, he served as an editor for several literary and news magazines and also of two newspapers. This Khushwant Singh was awarded with Padma Bhushan in 1974. See, this author has got the award. What award? Padma Bhushan award in the year 1974. Padma Vibhushan by the Government of India and Sahitya Academy. So another thing what he got is Padma Vibhushan. It is by the Government of India and Sahitya Academy by the Fellowship of Sahitya Academy of India. And he has written many stories and here they have given some of his brilliant works. What are they means? The Mark of Vishnu, A History of Sikhs, The Train to Pakistan, Success Mantra, We Indians and Death at My Doorstep are some of his brilliant works. So these are some of his stories related to some religious and also some interesting thing. And here this Mark of Vishnu already the previous 12th standard students they had in the lesson. And so students, when you find time, you can go through, if you get books of these things, you can go through these stories. Now let us see about this lesson. See this picture students, they are given two pictures. Can you identify the difference between these two pictures? So the first picture, it is called as nuclear family. What's meant by nuclear family means, it's a family that consists of a husband, a wife and a couple of children. And in the second picture you see, there are many persons are there and it's a joint family. In the nuclear family, there will be very few members, whereas in joint family, the number of dependents living under one roof is much larger. And they may include grandparents, married brothers, sisters, wives of sons, grandsons, granddaughters, and relatives, along with a husband and wife and a couple of children. Children, I hope you all are in joint family. Based on the visuals given above, give 5 words phrases each to describe these two types. Now we can see this family. So they are asking you to differentiate about these two families, about this nuclear family and joint family. Already as I told you, here only parents and children, but in joint family you will have more members. And here small basic of unit, but here extension of nuclear family. Here they can take more attention on children, but here less attention, but more responsibility and also problem shared. Now we can see about the story. Here is a story that brings out the bond between the author and his loving grandmother. So now that story starts the relationship between his grandmother and himself. The author, he himself narrates his relationship between himself and his loving grandmother. My grandmother, like everybody's grandmother, was an old woman. So he starts with the line. Usually, you know that grandmother means when you become old, you'll be considered as a grandma. The same way, here he tells, my grandmother is like everybody's grandmother was an old woman. She had been old and wrinkled for the 20 years that I had known her. So this author tells that for the past 20 years she had been the same appearance, been old and wrinkled. Wrinkle means in Tamil called surukam, mugam surukam. And when you become old, you can see that the old people, தோலெல்லாம் சுருங்கி இருக்கும். Everywhere you can see the lines crossing on the faces. Same way here, the author had seen his grandma for the past 20 years and she had wrinkled all over the faces. Whenever he able to see his grandmother, he could see the wrinkled on her faces. People said that she had once been young and pretty and even had a husband. So people, they used to tell him that, see, your grandmother was very young and pretty when she was young, in the small age, that is a thing. But that was hard to believe. That author, he could not believe that, because from the beginning till now, he has seen in the grandma in his same face, same appearance. அவர் பிறந்ததுலேருந்து இப்போ வரைக்கும் உங்கள் grandma என்ன appearance இருக்காங்க, same thing. So he cannot believe that whether she was young. Now he describes about his grandfather. My grandfather's portrait hung above the mantelpiece in the drawing room. Now he describes about his grandfather and his photo that is hung on the above the mantelpiece. That means mantelpiece means that a shelf that is projecting from the wall above a fireplace. And he wore a big turban and loose fitting clothes. So he describes what he has wore in that. So in his head, he wore a big turban. Turban means talapa. He has wore in a big turban on his head and loose fitting clothes. துணியெல்லாம் எப்படி போட்டிருக்காங்கன்னா, it's a loose fitting clothes. His long white beard covered the best part of his chest. So beard means a dadi, and it has become white. That means when you become age, all your hair also will become white. Same way, is the grandfather's beard has become white and it is touching the part of his chest. That means it has grown very long and it is touching the part of his chest. And he looked at least 100 years old. So the appearance made him, the author, to feel that the grandpa would be at least 100 years. அவரோட தோற்றத்தை வச்சு he could identify that the grandpa at least would be 100 years old. He did not look the sort of person who would have a wife or children. So when he sees his grandfather, he felt that he did not look like the person having only one wife and a children. He could feel that as if he could only have lots and lots of grandchildren. So by seeing the grandpa, he felt that he might have lots and lots of grandchildren. அவரை பார்த்தா வெறும் ஒரு பேரன் பேத்தியோடு இந்த மாதிரி தெரியல. There may be lots and lots of children. And when we come to his grandmother, as for my grandmother, being young and pretty, the thought was almost revolting. So when he talks about his grandmother, in the author, she looks young and pretty. But the thought was almost revolting. Why means the appearance, by seeing the appearance, he cannot feel that she was very young and pretty. She often told us of the games she used to play as a child. So the way the grandmother, she told them the games that she used to play, that is somewhat a doubt for him. He cannot believe that. Grandma, the way she told that the games she played, he felt something different in him. That seemed quite absurd and undignified on her part. Here this absurd, that is a thing, what stupidness. He felt illogical. He cannot feel that what the grandmother said was true. He cannot feel that because the way she tells, it is not apt to her age. அவங்க பாட்டி சொல்கிறாங்க, நான் சின்னதை விளையாண்டேங்கிற சொல்கிறது இவருக்கு ஏற்றுக்க முடியல. என்னென்னா அவங்களோட அவர் பார்த்ததுன்னு அவங்க பாட்டி how we are seen in a old age. So he cannot feel that. And he felt that it is quite foolish, that is stupid of her. and undignified on her part. It is unbelievable on her part. And we treated it like the fables of the prophets she used to tell us. Now, so whatever she said, I felt it as a fables, no stories of the prophets. Prophets not the inspired teachers who used to tell about the will of God, who had a more concern about God. So whatever grandma used to tell, I consider that as one of the prophets she used to tell us. இது ஒரு வகையான story that she used to tell. I felt when my grandmother used to tell. So the author felt everything, and the appearance of his grandmother made him that couldn't believe that she was so young and pretty, because he had seen in the same way from his age. Yeah, from till now he could see the wrinkled face on his grandma. Now he describes about his grandma's structure. She had also been short and fat and slightly bent. And when he tells about his grandma, she is very short and also fat and slightly bent. Bent means slight கூன் விழுந்திருக்கு, முதுகு கூன் விழுந்திருக்காது. Her face was a crisscross of wrinkles running from everywhere to everywhere. So that is the thing. When he sees her face, what was there? Lines crossing here and there. That wrinkles, that is the thing. Surkangal. It is running everywhere to everywhere. All over her faces. No, we were certain she had always been as we had known her. That is the thing. We cannot believe that. We have seen her only in this condition. What is the thing? She had wrinkles all over her faces. From the beginning, when I came to know her, she had been in the same condition. Old, so terribly old that she could not have grown older, and had stayed at the same age for 20 years. Now, when I see my grandma, I felt that it is terribly old. Hereafter, there won't be any changes at all. There won't be changes, and had stayed at the same age. For from this 20 years, I could see her, she is in the same age. That's a terribly old, and hereafter, I feel that there won't be any changes in her age. She could never have been pretty, but she was always beautiful. I cannot feel that she could never have been pretty, but I feel when I look at her, she was always beautiful. She hobbled about the house in spotless white with one hand resting on her waist to balance a stoop and the other telling the beads of her rosary. Now, she hobbled. The meaning hobbled here is walking unsteadily. ஸோ யூஸ்வலி வயசாயிட்டாலே என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க, தே கேனாட் வாக் ஸ்ட்ரைட், தள்ளாடி தான் நடந்தாகணும். நம்ம முதுகு கூண் விழுந்துரும், கால் வேகமாக நடக்க முடியாது, வயசு முகங்கள் சுருக்கங்கள் கொடுக்கும். அதை வச்சே ஒருத்தரோட அப்பியரன்ஸ் சொல்லுவாங்க, they have become old. The same way, she hobbled, that means she walked unsteadily about the house in spotless white. Spotless white na வெள்ளை உடையில. You can see in this பிக்சரில் பார்த்துருப்பீங்கள்ல, அவங்க என்ன கலர் ட்ரெஸ் போட்டிருக்காங்க, what's the color? White. With one hand resting on a waist to balance a stoop and other telling the beads of a rosary. That's the thing. What is the one hand she has kept in that waist? Means இடுப்பு. That is to balance a stoop. தலா நடக்கிறதுக்கு it's making as a balance. And also in another hand, what is the other hand is telling? The beads of a rosary. Jabamale. She is having in that another hand and she is making movement in that and telling that rosary. Rosary here means prayer. She is telling the prayer. Silver locks are scattered untidily over a pail. See in this picture how she is there keeping one hand and other hand. See that picture. Silver locks. Silver locks means a phrasal word, and here it refers to her hair. The hairs were scattered untidily. That means without uniformly. It is scattered. அங்கங்க பறந்திருக்கு முகத்தில். Untidily over a pale puckered face. Pale puckered face means that's a pale appearance. The wrinkled face, சுருக்கமான முகத்தோட அந்த முகத்தில் hair has fallen there and scattered here and there. And her lips constantly moved in inaudible prayer. So what was her lips considered? It was continuously telling inaudible prayer. Inaudible prayer means without making noise, without telling out, she is murmuring in herself in her mind. Yes, she was beautiful. So now the author says that yes, when I see my grandmother, how she is, she was beautiful. She was like the winter landscape in the mountains, an expanse of pure white serenity breathing peace and contentment. Now he tells that the grandma is like the winter landscape. So winter season, how will be the climate and how cool it will be. So same way, she is very cool and peace with a wide serenity and expanse of pure white. That means expand wide area. Expand means a wide area. The same way, her mind is full of peace and contentment. She is breathing peace and contentment. That means she is living with peace and she is contentment. Now we tells about the relationship, how they are now. My grandmother and I were good friends. How were they? They were very good friends. My parents left me with her when they went to live in the city. So, why he had been with his grandma means his parents, they left him under the care of a grandmother and they went to city to live there in that city. And so, this author and the grandmother, they were constantly together. Constantly, they were often, regularly, they were together. And so, when the parents had gone to city and he was left under the care of his grandmother, and so they were able to sit together often. She used to wake me up in the morning and get me ready for school. So this grandma, so because the parents are in the city, now the grandma took care of this author. And so what she used to do every day, she used to wake up in the morning and get him ready for school. Every day, this is the routine work of grandma, making him to wake up and get him. Here and now, even you students, your parents or grandma will be waking you up to go for school, because you won't wake up as yourself. Someone has to wake up you. The same way, this grandma made him to wake up in the morning and also get him ready for school. She said a morning prayer in a monotonous sing-song while she bathed and dressed me in the hope that I would listen and get to know it by heart. So what she used to do now, every day after waking up this author, she used to tell the morning prayer in a monotonous. Monotonous means boring. According to this author, it's a boring, continually telling the same thing. Sing song while she bathed, while making the author to bath and dressed me. That means making him to dress in the hope. She has a belief that I would listen, that the author would listen and get to know it by it. At least by listening to this song, continuous song, it may make him to by heart. So that grandma is feeling. விடாமல் ப்ரேயர் சொன்னால் அட்லீஸ்ட் அதை கேட்டாச்சு மனப்பாடம் பண்ணிடுவான் அப்படின்ட்டு இஸ் டெல்லிங் தட். பட் தீஸ் ஆத்தர் வாட் இஸ் டூயிங், ஐ லிசன் பிகாஸ் ஐ லவ்ட் ஹர் வாய்ஸ். But what he is telling, I listened to her music song, but for what reason? Because I loved her voice, but never bothered to learn it. But I did not bother. நான் அதை கற்றுக்கணும்னு ஆசைப்படலை. But only thing, I loved her voice, so I listened to that monotonous sing song. Then she would fetch my wooden slate, which she had already washed and plastered with yellow chalk. Then what she would do now? She would take up the wooden slate. That means already she had washed it and kept ready, and she would make it that with the yellow chalk. She collected the wooden slate and also an yellow chalk, a tiny earthen ink pot and a red pen. Then what she has given? Tiny earthen ink pot and the manpan ink pot and also red pen. She tied them all in a bundle and handed to me. What she did, she tied all those things. What are all those things? The wooden slate, the yellow chalk, this earthen ink pot and a red pen. She bundled them all and handed it to this author. After a breakfast of a thick stale chapati. So what is breakfast usually they used to have na? Stale chapati. Somewhat it is what you will say varande rough இருக்கும். That they had a stale chapati with a little butter. That what she has put on that little butter and sugar spread on it. So now on the chapati she spread that butter and sugar and they had this breakfast. We went to school. Then they started to go to school. She carried several stale chapatis with her for the village dogs. So while they were going to school, this grandma also accompanied this author to the school. And while they were going, what she carried, the stale chapatis. For whom? To give it to the village dogs. So can you guess where they are now? They are in the village. And where is this author's parents? They are in the city. My grandmother always went to school with me because the school was attached to the temple. So his grandmother, what he used to do now, always went to school with this author. For what reason? Because the school was attached to the temple. So she wanted to go to the temple. So that is the reason. Every day, both of them, they will go together. The grandmother, this boy will go for the school, and while this grandmother will go to the temple. The priest taught us the alphabet and the morning prayer. So the priest, in those days and all, usually namakku இப்போ you are sitting comfortably with a bench, fan and classroom atmosphere. But those days, they don't have such things. And they will say Gurukulam, that is Guru, the priest. What he will do now? They will taught us the alphabet. They used to teach them the alphabet and the morning prayer. While the children sat in rows, that is the thing. அந்த இப்போ நீங்களாம் ஒரு நாள் பெஞ்ச் இல்லைன்னா you will complain us பெஞ்ச் வேணும் அதெல்லாம். But those days they will sit in only in the veranda. So the children sat in rows on either side of the veranda. ரெண்டு பக்கமும் veranda பக்கம் either side they will sit in a thing, singing the alphabet or the prayer in a chorus. So what they will do, they will sing that alphabet what the priest had taught them. They will sing that in chorus, in same tune everyone, or the prayer in a chorus. So what the morning prayer is being told, they will sing uniformly. My grandmother sat inside reading the scriptures. What is grandmother will do now? She will be reading the scriptures while this author was listening to the priest, the alphabets and the morning prayer. This grandmother, she used to sit inside reading the scriptures. So where are the students? Where they are sitting? In the veranda. But she will be sitting inside the script and will be reading the scriptures. When we had both finished, we would walk back together. So after completing, what we will do now? We will walk back together. So after completing the classes, they will go back home together. This time, the village dogs would meet us at the temple door. So this time what will happen? The village dogs, they will be eagerly waiting. ஒன்றும் இல்லை, ஒரு நாளைக்கு ஒரு பிஸ்கெட் போடுங்க. நீங்கள் ரெகுலராக வர டைம் தெரிஞ்சு what it will do? It will stand eagerly waiting for you. And it will wag its tail, and it will be expecting the same thing every day. Same way here, what the village dogs, they are eagerly waiting at the temple door, because every day what they used to do, they will come to the temple with stale chapatis, she will throw to them. So the dogs are been used with that. So this time that the village dogs, they will be eagerly waiting to at the temple door. They followed us to our home, growling and fighting with each other. So these dogs, they followed this author and the grandma to our home while they were going back, growling and fighting. That is katidu. They were making noise and fighting. They will be fighting for what? This for this chapati with each other, for the chapati we threw to them. So they will be fighting in order to get this chapati. For each other, either they will be fighting to get this chapati. So dear students, now from this is the first part of the story. We can see the remaining part of the story in the next class. So before that, please go through all this lesson thoroughly, for it will be easy for you to write the short answers. Thank you.